Hey guys, I wanted to cover this story for you. Check this story out right here, South Carolina. This guy impersonating the cop. Check it out.
View about a mile ahead of me, and I saw someone ran out, like coming out of the woods. But they wasn't coming out of the woods; they were coming out one of the little side dirt roads. There was a two-lane highway, and when the person came out of the dirt road, came out of that road, they ran straight across the road to the other side. Then there was a car about a second later came zooming after them to the other side of the road. I noticed it was a young lady doing the running. And she came up to my truck. She came in front of the truck. Then it was like the guy was trying to run up, sandwich her between my truck and his car. So then she came up to my truck and said, "Please help me. He's trying to kidnap me." At that time, I didn't notice she had on handcuffs. I was looking at him because the guy looked very angry. When he pulled up to me, he said, I'm with law enforcement. He showed me a badge like sideways. And he said, "I'm with law enforcement." And she jumped out of my car. By that time, she was scared, I guess, because he was that close to me and her. Another car was coming in the preceding traffic, oncoming traffic. And so she ran up that way, which was Mr. Quarterbaum. Mr. Quarterbaum was now on the phone with 911. So she was trying to get, that's when I noticed she was handcuffed. She had a hand to the side trying to open his door. So I pulled up to Mr. Quarterbaum, and he was on the phone talking to 911, and he asked me kind of like, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't know. I'm about to walk to the," because he was pulled to the passenger side of my truck on the grass. I said, "I'm about to walk around there and see what's going on." So when I got out of the truck to go around there to see what was going on, I walked to his car. His windows was tinted dark, so he wouldn't let the window down. He stormed off. A few feet up, about maybe 10 yards in front of us, there was that road that he came out of. He backed down that road. Then me and the young lady now standing in the middle of the road because we got traffic stopped both ways. Now traffic is starting to come. And so I asked her, I said, "What happened?" She said, "I was walking and he came up behind me and told me he was law enforcement and he needed to take me to the police station for questioning or something like that nature that she said. And he put handcuffs on me and put me in the back of his car." I said, "How did you get out?" She said, "Well, when he went in went in that little road there," she said, "I noticed that he was in his trunk fumbling around trying to do something, and I noticed his car, he left the car door open." She said, "And that's when I proceeded to try to get out of that back seat, make it to the front seat, and get out of that door and ran. And that's where I saw her running across that road." I said, "I'm here now. We're here. He's not going to bother you anymore." And then he stormed out of that road and went toward the town of New Ellington. So, and then one of the guys asked, "Who's driving that semi?" And I said, "That's me." He said, "You don't have a dash cam?" I said, "Oh man, I do have a dash cam in that truck." And that's when I ran back to the truck, pulled it up and kind of to the side of the road so some of the traffic can come through. And I started scrolling through my dash cam there and noticed that I caught the footage. And when the cops got there, we explained all that to them after they questioned everybody and questioned her on the details. And by evening time, 7, 8 o'clock that evening, that video was shared over 200,000 times. And I'm sure that's what led to the capturing of him. If I was 1 minute earlier, they would have been stealing that dirt road and I never would have saw him. If I was 1 minute, if I was 1 minute later, he would have caught her, probably ran her over with that car, knocked her down, and put her back in the car. So it was timing. That wasn't nothing I could have timed. That had to have been God.
An attempted kidnapping caught on camera in South Carolina. A handcuffed woman running for her life down the road to get away from a guy she said was posing as a police officer.
Yes, a key to the woman's escape, a truck driver who saw her being chased by a car. Channel 9's Evan Donovan is in studio with what led to the dramatic rescue. Evan?
This happened in Aiken County, South Carolina, right on the state line with Georgia. And the way this woman escaped from the man in this car is truly like something out of a movie.
She said, please help me. He's trying to kidnap me.
Dramatic video this evening. A handcuffed woman appears to run for her life down a South Carolina highway to escape an alleged kidnapping.
I noticed someone ran across the road and a car was following them. And I'm wondering, maybe that's a couple that got into it.
Trucker Anthony Moore says he was driving down this road in Aiken County near Augusta when he spotted the woman being chased by a swerving Cadillac.
She would run to one side of the road, the car would go over there. She would run out to the other side of the road, the car would go over there.
Desperate, she ran to Moore's big rig, begging for help.
She said, he has my phone and my diploma. I said, your diploma? She said, yes, sir. She said, I just graduated yesterday.
Moore says the young woman had been walking to her mother's home when the man approached her, claiming to be law enforcement, showing a fake badge and forcing her into his car in handcuffs. When he drove her to an isolated road and headed toward the trunk of his car, she saw her chance to escape. Despite being handcuffed behind her back, she told Moore she managed to wiggle herself across the back seat and out the driver's door. She ran, then the man eventually got back in his car and pulled up to Moore's truck, claiming to be police.
I thought it was strange that he's in a teal green Cadillac with a busted out window with plastic on the back of it.
When a second driver stopped and called 911, the man sped away. Police later identified him as 39-year-old Jonathan Willard and arrested him the next day. Police say this is the guy they arrested, 39-year-old Jonathan Willard. I just checked 30 minutes ago. He was still in a South Carolina jail on no bond, charged with kidnapping and impersonating law enforcement. Erica?
Now, this happened a couple of days ago. I want to thank Anthony Moore. He's a hero because he could have just minded his own business and went away and did his own thing being a truck driver. He probably had things to do. But I want to personally thank him, man. Thank you. You are a hero. That is crazy how this little girl, man, little girls out there, women out there, man, watch your back. Don't just believe anybody that say they a cop. Watch your back out there. This is crazy. I didn't see anything about this on line, too much about it. It happened a few days ago, but I want to give this man his flowers. He saved that girl's life. I want to thank Anthony Moore again. Man, you could have minded your own business, man, but you didn't. And thank goodness that little girl is safe and sound back with her family. Ain't nobody covering this, really. They all on that Carmelo Anthony stuff. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. If you guys like this type of content, please like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Thanks for watching.